Ah. Oh. Nope. Okay. There we go. I got lost again. It happens. For some reason, it keeps happening to me. What is up, my friends? Who is in here? Let's go and open YouTube Studio. Let's do that. Let's be a creator today. What do y'all think? Watch me not even be live. I should be. I should be. Oh, let's change it to live chat. What's going on? How is everybody? Hey, John. Hey, Flash Fan. Hey, Tammy. Audrey, Deborah. You never got good vibes from Diddy, eh? Oh, guess what? I'm going to have to move back to the screen. If you are a member, you should have something in your little emoji section. Okay. I did it. Aren't y'all proud of me? I am kind of on time and everything, aren't I, Becca? Mm-hmm. Oh, I get it. That's what. Oh, this makes so much more sense now. I see. The little semicolon period underscore. Wait, no, it's just semicolon underscore, I guess. Hey, Madam Mayor. How are you? Are you still in Key West? Key West is so fun. So fun. Yeah, those are some really cute emotes, guys. Hi, Patty. Does anybody have any good gossip for me before we get started on this Diddy info? Also, if y'all haven't, if y'all have not seen the latest lawsuit, if you haven't seen it yet, it is. I love that I'm watching somebody else on YouTube on my phone right now. It's a little bit spicy, so just be prepared for that. It is a little bit spicy. Hey, Gigi. Life in the Keys is good. Oh, that's so good. When I went there one time, we rented a scooter and I couldn't drive it because my feet didn't reach the ground. It was terrible. Yes. What about that little Airdrie? Hello. Susan. Hello. Patty. Who else is in here? Who else? Jackie. Roy, of course. John. You know, just the regulars over here. I know, it's so sad. Okay. So, do any of you know anything about the P. Diddy situation? Anybody? Okay, so apparently he's been doing shady stuff for a long time, allegedly. That's what people are claiming. QS Treehouse pretrial hearing number 2 this Thursday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Oh, thank you for the info. Oh my God. I know, Roy. And you know what's so funny about that is I was actually working on my emojis last night whenever when MG was streaming at exactly the same time that the corn and, well, specifically the tooth thing came up. And I was like, oh my God, I've got to have like a pink tooth and a pink corn. And then I realized like, that's actually not even my joke. I'm not going to steal their thing because it's not mine. And since I'm not funny and I don't have any jokes, I just picked cute, legally blonde themed things. So that's how we got there. Oh, yeah, you remember the J-Lo gun stuff? Me too. Because I was like in high school during that time, I think. Um, J-Lo was such a big deal then. I mean, she's still such a big deal, but well, actually, I don't think she wasn't actually as big of a deal. She became a bigger deal. Y'all, I exfoliated too much of my lip today and it burns, and you can see it's like a little bloody. It's not a good look. Ow. And that's peppermint and it stings. But yeah, she was just like starting to become a big deal, right? I know I'm not blonde. I'm legally brunette. Um, but yeah, so they're wanting to go back and like check that thing out again. Yes, lipstick. Um, they're wanting to go back into the whole gun case because somebody else took like another rapper took the fall for it and got deported to Belize, where apparently Diddy may or may not also have a large mansion there. And I've heard rumors on the web that they are looking into, I don't even know if this is true at all, but I have heard that they might be looking into places in Belize that could be tied into some kind of trafficking situation. But anywho, last week, if you were on here when Diddy's houses were getting raided, we jumped over and watched it for a second, right? But what had been going on in the background is I think in September, sometime like in 2023, Diddy had been sued by a former girlfriend for like, I think it was 50 million, maybe 30 million. Yeah. Um, and like within 24 hours after the lawsuit was filed, and there were like really not, there were really terrible allegations in there about trafficking of humans and freak offs, which were what they called their uh, adult parties, and like just all kinds of abuse. And within 24 hours, my mind is in so many places. Even the Adderall can't help me. Oh, Tammy's in here. Hey, Tammy. Did I say? Oh, I already said hi, I think, earlier. But yeah, I got to stop paying attention to the chat, or I will never stay um, on topic here because it's hard for me when I have to, like, thinking. Thinking is a hard one. It's a lot of work, guys. Anyway, they settled within 24 hours. I kind of thought it might be because she had also included like some of his businesses, and businesses carry insurance. So I thought maybe his insurance had forced him to settle because they had been sending demand letters to Diddy and his lawyers for like a while, and then um and like nothing was done about it. And then all of a sudden the lawsuit gets filed and it's put out there in writing, which was so dumb. He should not have let her actually put it out into the universe, the actual allegations, because like once that happens, I don't know if you've noticed this before, but once that's put in writing and it's out there for the world to see, it makes it easier for others to come forward and demand the same thing. And not just that it makes it easier, but once they see that Cassie was paid off, like there was a settlement and it was a very fast settlement, then they are going to be encouraged to do the same thing, right? And to have even worse allegations and to detail them and like just to make them even more detailed, put even worse things in the petition, knowing that everybody's going to see it and that it's going to put a lot of pressure um, on Sean Combs, P. Diddy, and those that are associated with him, right? Because if he goes down, then it's possible people around him are going to go down. Even if they don't go down like criminally, there would obviously, like he's connected to a lot of people, a lot of like different organizations, businesses that have a lot of money tied up in things related to him. So obviously this could fail. And yeah, once you're associated with things like trafficking of humans, yeah, it kind of puts a black eye on the brand, you know? It has a tendency to do that. So, lots of people are saying it's gonna be like the Jeffrey Epstein situation if he gets in trouble, which it could. You never know. There's a whole bunch of conspiracies, and I don't even know if they're conspiracies at this point, going on out there in the internet world and on the tubes. But I thought today we could read this latest allegation that comes from one of his producers from his latest album. Like, I don't remember what it's called, like something to do with love. And it is filed in the Southern District of New York. Let me add it to the stage. I wish this part wasn't here though. Nope. Like, can we do a different view, you think? That'd be great, guys. Thanks. Okay, so here it is. The guy's name is Rodney Jones. He's the plaintiff, and he filed this suit in the Southern District of New York. Like I said, so that's a federal court, and it's a civil case, and there's a jury demand. Also named in this suit are, this is the original. So Justin Dior Combs, which is apparent, I think his oldest son, Ethiopia, I don't know how you say her last name, but Ethiopia, Lucian Grange, Christina, I don't know how you say her last name, Chalice Recording Studios, Love Records, Motown Records, Universal Music Group, Holmes Global Enterprises, John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10, what? And ABC Corporation's 1 through 10 defendants. And then we see this nice, awesome trigger warning here, which is like not a normal thing for lawsuits. Like it really is not. But if you just took a sample of the lawsuits against P. Diddy as of late, you would think that this is like on every lawsuit that pops up in federal court or in these types of cases. It does not. This trigger warning is like definitely for media consumption because you don't see a big, first off, you never see anything in red on a court filing ever. But this says trigger warning, and then y'all can read it. I'm not going to say it because YouTube doesn't like some of those words. Oh yeah, and there are graphic images in here, and yeah, they talk about a bunch of bad things. Yeah, YouTube's gonna totally hate me for this one. And this is the first time that I've like put on the monetization, which I'm gonna lose immediately. Hi, Peter. You were Flash fan? You were surprised to see I'm doing a different kind of a stream? Here's the thing, guys. Like, I enjoyed doing the streams that I was doing before. However, every once in a while, I need a break from like, yesterday was like, just made me feel yuck. Like, seriously, seriously yuck. And I already knew I was going to do this today, but I just never again want to have to do a stream where I'm focused on the drama of the tubes, right? We're going to mind our own business. We're going to stay over here and we're not getting involved in anybody's shit. Okay? Can we do that? Because it makes my anxiety over the roof. Oh, Becca, it's probably good that you missed, maybe. I know. Wait, Kutcher is about to? Well, that's crazy because there's like a bunch of stuff about Kutcher out today, right? I mean, it's like all speculation and stuff, but who knows? Habtemarium. Is that really how you say it, Becca? Habtemarium? Habtemarium. Habtemarium. Okay. I'm just going to say Habtemarium. Oh, okay. Habtemarium. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Becca. You're good. Okay. Agreed. Good, 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 good. Okay, so plaintiff Rodney Lil Rod Jones, Mr. Jones, hereby alleges as and for his complaint against defendant Sean Combs, Mr. Combs, defendant Justin Dior Combs, defendant Lucian Charles Grange, defendant Ethiopia Habtemariam. Defendant, okay, now tell me how you say this one. Coram, Christina Coram. Defendant Chalice Recording Studios, CRS. Defendant Love Records. So that's like his record company. Love. Brother Love. Defendant Motown Records. Defendant Universal Music Group, UMG. Defendant Combs Global Enterprises. John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10. ABC Corporations 1 through 10 as follows. Wait, that's not what it said up there. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, we're not going to read the jurisdiction and venue thing because that is super beyond boring, and we just don't need to know about it. Oh yeah, I did get into a fight with a troll yesterday, and I banned them from my channel forever. Oh, John, you did not need to do that, but thank you. You're so nice. Says this will help with being demonetized. Wait. The pink makes... Okay. You ever... No, I never see South Park where the devil is asking, did Diddy do it? Really? Going, oh, I don't want to do it if Diddy did it. That's funny though. Dude, that's crazy because like apparently people have known this for like a long time, you know? And South Park's always doing like things that like everybody else knows about, but like isn't saying, you know? And they call it out without actually. Fictional and from the BBC, that's hilarious. Sound Ventures invests in a lot of things. Oh. Okay. I'm going to go back over here and pretend like y'all don't exist again. Sorry. Okay, we're going to ignore this jurisdiction and venue thing because that's just saying the reasons that they are able to bring these charges in the Southern District of New York. And there's also tortious conduct violated the United States federal RICO laws. It's never RICO. Okay, here's the parties. Plaintiff Rodney Jones is an American artist and music producer. Mr. Jones resides in the states of New York and California. Defendant Sean Combs is a rapper. Actually, I'm not going to go through all this, and because this is again still part of the jurisdiction issues. I mean, I'll read the like very beginning part to tell you what these people are and how they're related, but we're not going to read where they live because there's like actual addresses, and I'm not trying to like. I got this off the internet, so could y'all, and so can anybody else. But I don't want to just like sit there with their addresses on screen and like saying it and stuff, you know? Yeah, I am gonna read it. Oh, and there I did it. Okay, so Sean Combs is a rapper and record executive, popularly known by his stage names Puff Daddy, Puffy, P Diddy, Diddy, Brother Love, or Love. He came to fame in the early 1990s with his record label Bad Boy Records. He rose to prominence in the music and entertainment industry over the decades and is regularly referred to as a hip-hop mogul. He resides at, and then it gives the addresses where he lives, and there's a picture. I mean, that's funny because that's like a funny picture. It's like in a closet somewhere, like a very nice closet. But it's clearly like not a press photo, you know? 7. Defendant Justin Dior Combs is the son of Mr. Combs and Misa. Is that Hilton? Hilton. Jay Combs was born on December 30th, 1993. He's a producer and actor. He has appeared on TV series like Catfish, the TV show, Wild and Out, and Hip Hop Squares. And then it says where he lives, and that's him. He's a cute guy. Cute guy. Defendant Lucian Charles Grange is the CEO of Defendant Universal Music Group. Defendant Lucian Charles Grange resides, and then it says where he lives in like Pacific Palisades. I don't know. We don't need to know. Defendant Ethiopia Habtemariam, I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's what I'm going to keep saying, is the former CEO of Defendant Motown Records, the parent company, oh man, and I just did it, of Defendant Love Records, and she resides there. And Christina Cram is the chief of staff to Sean Diddy Combs and defendant Chalet. Wait, what? Oh, and chief of staff at the Sean Diddy Combs Global Enterprises. Chalice Recording Studio. Defendant Chalice Recording Studios is a popular recording studio located at 845 Highland Avenue, Los Angeles, California, 90038, United States. And defendant Motown Records is a record label with a principal place of business located at 7, and then it tells you where. And then it also says Ethiopia. Haptemariam was the chairman and CEO of Universal Music Group's Motown Records. Defendant Universal Music Group is a record label with a principal place of business located in California, and Lucian Grange is the chairman and CEO of Universal Music Group. Defendant Love Records is a record label with a principal place of business in California, and it was founded by Mr. Combs and defendant Motown Records. So they're just like including everybody in this, right? Defendant Combs Enterprises is a diverse portfolio of businesses and investments that includes music, fashion, fragrance, beverage, marketing, film, television, and media properties. They have a principal place of business located in New York. Now, let's talk about Rodney. How did he come into the picture? Who is he and what is he going to say? Bye, Peter. What? Are we talking about Mean Girls? Why? Oh. Okay. Yeah, Universal is named, except that. Hello, Jackie. I don't think it's correct, though, but yeah. Oh, why are the companies added? You shall see, Lady Law. You shall see, Lady Law Sandra. Because this dude was a producer for the latest album. So Rodney Lil Rod Jones Jr. is from Windy City, Chi-Town. He was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. He was the second oldest son and fourth child out of 9 siblings. He comes from a long line of gospel music influencers. He started playing instruments at the age of 5. He began playing drums in church, and at the age of 13, he picked up playing the guitar. From 13 to present day, Mr. Jones has taught himself to play over 13 instruments. I love this picture because, like, I don't know who these are. Like, clearly that's Lil Rod right there. But see, all the other kids' faces are covered. And they call him the child prodigy. It says he is considered a musical prodigy. His talents have led him to produce and create a commercial marketplace for music that has been recorded by some of the most prestigious and highly acclaimed artists in music history. Throughout the duration of his career, he has worked the South Side of Chicago music scene. Some of the writing is weird here. Playing with the following legendary greats: Georgia Mass Choir, Donald Lawrence, the Clark Sisters, and the Smokey Norfolk. On or about August 22nd, Mr. Jones received a call from Mr. Combs requesting that he produce several songs on a rhythm and blues album titled The Love Album Off the Grid. Love album. Mr. Jones agreed, and his life has been detrimentally impacted ever since. Now, how could that be? How could that be? You're in the music business. You're a child prodigy. And in 2022, you finally get a call from P. Diddy wanting you to produce his newest, or several songs from his newest album. How could that go wrong? Seems like that would be amazing. Your big break, right? I mean, I've seen P. Diddy's yacht. Looks like a good time to me. Huh. It's interesting. I guess we're going to find out. From September 2022 to November 2023, Mr. Jones produced, y'all, we have to read through 75 pages of this. This is bullshit. He produced 9 songs on Mr. Combs' Love album. He lived with Mr. Combs for months at a time, spending holidays, birthdays, and missing major family events. He resided at Mr. Combs' residence located in Los Angeles, California, New York City, and Miami, Florida. He also spent several weeks on a yacht. See, he went on the yacht. Oh, but it was rented by Mr. Combs in the U.S. Virgin Islands. I always assumed he had his own yacht. Guess not. Throughout his time with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones witnessed, experienced, and endured many things that went far beyond his role as a producer on the Love album. The claims raised in this complaint have been corroborated through witness statements, video, and audio recordings, and images that Mr. Jones has in his possession. Oh, that is so bad. See, that is a threat right there. Hey, EU, how are you? Good to see you in here. Yeah, y'all, it's crazy, man. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, that's definitely a threat. Like, hey, dude, don't test me. I got the proof. As a result, Mr. Jones has secured hundreds of hours of footage and audio recordings of Mr. Combs, his staff, and his guests engaging in serious illegal activity. I mean, think about that. If you are one of his high-powered guests that's that's been at one of these parties and you're seeing this complaint come down the line, you know these people have to be calling P. Diddy and pressuring him to settle this thing so that, they can get the heat off of them because they have to be thinking like, "Oh my god." Like, they have to be so sick to their stomachs right now, just like, "Oh my god, what kind of footage do they have of me? What is about to happen? I'm gonna be in so much trouble." Hey, Shauna. How is ya? Shauna. Um, but I don't know. It hasn't worked yet. So, because it's still out there, right? So Mr. Jones has secured irrefutable evidence of the acquisition, use, and distribution of ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms. I also heard there's a lot of 2C going on, but I don't see that here. The displaying and distribution of unregistered illegal firearms. How would he know if they're registered? Mr. Combs providing laced alcoholic beverages to minors and sex workers at his homes in California, New York, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and Florida. Okay. Mr. Combs' chief of staff, Christina Karam, KK, we'll call her KK, okay? Instructing her staff to retrieve drugs so she can provide it to Mr. Combs for his consumption. Christian Combs drugging and SAing a woman. Oh God, that's not good. That's his other son. Mr. Combs detailing how he planned to leverage his relationship with Bishop T.D. Jakes to soften the impact on his public image of Cassie Ventura's lawsuit. So that's the lawsuit from back in September or whatever that I was telling y'all about, right? Yeah, that would be a good giveaway, right? If they didn't have serial numbers. That's the only way that you would be able to just say that, right? I think. I think that's the only way they'd be able to just be like, "Oh, Mr. Combs." Oh, okay, yeah, so he's gonna use his relationship with TD Jakes to soften the image. I mean, to soften the impact on his image, right? Because that Cassie Ventura lawsuit was no bueno. Young Miami's cousin and or assistant SAing Mr. Jones. Okay. Actor Cuba Gooding Jr. SAing and no, SHing and Aing Mr. Jones. Rapper Redacted. Why does that one get redacted? Explain that to me. Like, didn't have a care in the world for putting all these other people's name in here, but rapper, oh, it has a footnote, so I guess we'll see in a minute. Rapper, wait, the thing that they did No, okay, that's their name. On Mr. Combs' yacht consorting with underage girls, S workers, and R&B singer persons redacted in Mr. Combs' Los Angeles home consorting with underage girls and S workers. Jeez. I wonder if that was what's that guy's name that's like in prison now? R. Kelly. I'm kidding. It wasn't. So unless you have an NFA controlled item, nothing is registered, right? You don't register your things here. On or about September 12th, 2022, Mr. Combs. Okay, so this is the Chalice recording studio shooting. Mr. Combs held a writers and producers camp at Chalice Recording Studios in California. Present at this camp were Mr. Combs, his son Justin Combs, and Justin's friend named G. Mr. G is a 30-year-old tall African-American. 30-year-old tall? What? African-American male. In addition to these individuals, other musicians were present at the camp. This writer has spoken to several musicians who attended the camp. One evening during this camp, Mr. Combs, J. Combs, and G were in a heated conversation. That conversation was moved out of the studio and into a restroom adjacent to where Mr. Jones was sitting. Mr. Jones was approximately 2 feet away from the bathroom when gunshots ran out. Mr. Jones recalls hearing multiple shots. Okay, now let's read this little footnote. Should be interesting. I love the footnotes. What? Why are they dropping these little Easter eggs in here? Like for 3, the R&B singer? Okay, who is this? I don't know. I should know. Wait, but they said it was an R&B singer, right? Oh, no. This is the rapper. Okay, this is the rapper that they had redacted. They say he's a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Who is that, y'all? That's crazy. Okay, and then for the R&B singer, he's a Grammy award-winning R&B singer who had trouble with law enforcement after assaulting what is that? Bajan? I don't know how you say that word, but a billionaire from there. Is it? No. Lady Los Angeles. No. Did you look that up? Do you have references? No, it's not a female rapper. These are both males. They both say he. Okay, anyway, on number 2, it says a complaint is forthcoming. A complaint on what? Wait, hold on. We have to go back up here and double check. What did that relate to? Oh, well, I guess it's not that important. There's 3. There's 2. Okay. Oh, for the essaying of a woman. Okay, so this attorney that represents Mr. Jones must also represent this woman that is going to allege that Christian Combs, the son, assaulted her. And this attorney is saying that the complaint on that is forthcoming. Okay, so should we look it up? Okay, we'll Google it. No, it can't be. Are y'all for real? That's Usher. No, I didn't want it to be so. So, Usher was like, I think Usher was signed to P. Diddy or something, right? And like P. Diddy brags about how he had like a guardianship of Usher when Usher was a teenager. And Usher's talked about it too, like how he used to live with Diddy when he was a teenager, like a teenager. Oh no. Is it Meek Mills? Is that why everybody's talking about Meek Mills? Wait, but did Meek Mills date Nicki? He did. Probably. Yeah, and then so Usher signed Justin Timberlake, right? And then there's like video of Justin Timberlake with Diddy, and Diddy's like, "Oh yeah, he signed to Usher and I signed Usher and I had guardianship of Usher when Usher was this age, so now he's with me." And it's just like, whatever happened, they traumatized poor Justin. because he was like 13 or something. Gross. Wait, where did I get that? Okay. Okay, 4. Yep. That's the one y'all say is Usher. What did that person do? Hold on. Ugh, underage girls. No, 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 I didn't want to know that. On or about September 12th. Oh, we already saw that. Okay. Mr. Jones immediately went into a state of shock and feared that he would be hit next. Mr. Jones genuinely believed that he would be, okay, I'm just going to say it, shot through the door due to how close he was. After the shooting ended, a crowd gathered around the restroom. When the door finally opened, Mr. Combs and Jay Combs exited. G was lying on the restroom floor in a fetal position, holding his stomach and bleeding out of his leg and hip area. Everyone stood around looking upon G. Frustrated by the lack of aid to G, Mr. Jones dropped everything, ran to G, and immediately began placing pressure on G's gunshot wound to his stomach. As he was applying pressure on his stomach, Mr. Jones realized that G was gushing blood from another area near his leg hip. He decided to lift G and place him to sit on the toilet. Mr. Jones asked the crowd to call an ambulance. Y'all, I should not have used that stuff on my lips. Mr. Mr. Jones lifted G and brought him to the ambulance at the studio's front. At the time, Mr. Combs and Justin disappeared to another part of the studio. Who, me? No, I know who Usher is for sure. But no, I would say I don't necessarily like Usher's music. I mean, I don't even know if I like Usher's music. I'm not like a fan of Usher. I just, I mean, it's not that I'm not a fan of Usher. It's just you just hate to see that, You just don't want to see that about anybody. You just don't want to see it about anybody, and especially just because I know that like he was such a young guy and like he got brought into this world at a very young age and was like, you have to wonder what he was exposed to and maybe subjected to at such an early age. And so it's like disturbing to see a cycle repeating itself and for it to not have been broken. Very sad. Uh, why don't they mention this dude's name? Why does nobody know his name? Mr. Combs gave strict instructions to inform the police that he had nothing to do with the shooting. So why would he say that unless he like for sure had something to do with it? Yeah, the P. Diddy saga is disturbing for sure. You know what site knows these things? Yeah, Lipstick Alley for sure. Mr. Oh, we already know that. Okay. He also forced Mr. Jones to lie to the police by telling them that G was shot standing outside the studio by a drive-by assailant. So outside by a drive-by. Okay. And see, look, man shot out. This is from CBS News at the time, right? Man shot outside party at Hollywood recording studio. At least one person was shot at a party at a Hollywood recording studio, police said Monday. Officers were called to the 800 block of North Highland Avenue at Willoughby to check into reports of a shooting at about 3 a.m., according to the LAPD. At the location, they found man had been shot after stepping outside the studio. The man in his 30s was taken to a hospital in stable condition. He was reportedly shot in the abdomen. Sky 2 was over the scene early Monday, spotted several people sitting outside the location being questioned by police. No information was released about the suspect, and it is not known if the shooting was gang-related. The man in his 30s was taken to a hospital in stable condition. He was reported. We already saw that. We already saw that. 45. Mr. Jones has several corroborating witnesses who spoke with this writer, meaning, the attorney, anonymously due to fear of retaliation from Mr. Combs. They have agreed to speak publicly when subpoenaed. Mr. Jones has the clothing he wore that day and believes it may still have the stains and DNA of G's blood. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. The following are screenshots of the aftermath of the restroom where G was shot by either Mr. Combs or J. Combs. Yeesh. So that's a lot of blood. What's that thing? It looks like. So you know what it looks like? It looks like when I had a little baby, like when she, couldn't like sit up in the bathtub, and I used to have to like lean over the bathtub to bathe her. They had like these cushions for your knees that looked like identical to this, a different color. But like a little cushiony mat for your knees. What were they using it for in that bathroom though? I bet it was still for their knees. You know what I mean? Ew. What is that? Like a jacket or something? That's a lot of blood. Clearly, G was not shot outside of the studio as Mr. Combs instructed his team to report to law enforcement. Mr. Combs and defendants LR, MR, UMG, CRS provided private security for the writers' camp at defendant CRS. The security was porous and lackluster at best. Well, I mean, if it's provided by them, you think they're obviously not going to get involved in a situation that the person employing them is the perpetrator. That would be crazy. They'd get fired. Okay. The fact that either Mr. Combs and J. Combs were allowed to enter CRS with guns and those were not confiscated by security is a clear breach of duty by Mr. Combs. Except that it was him. Defendants LR, MR, and UMG to protect Mr. Jones and the other attendees of this writers' camp. I would agree. As a result of this shooting, Mr. Jones is severely traumatized. Mr. Jones now suffers from PTSD, severe anxiety, depression, and insomnia. Like, why? I don't understand why they didn't go inside of maybe they did. Like, go inside of this record studio but it seems like if they would have gone in right then, they would have noticed that Sean and Justin, or whatever his name is, were there, right? You don't have any idea where we are? What do you mean? We're on page 12 of 75, so it's going to be a long day, guys. Mr. Jones was sexually harassed and assaulted by Mr. Combs. Throughout his time living with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones was the victim of constant, unsolicited, and unauthorized groping and touching of his anus by Mr. Combs. Gross. How does that even happen? Unsolicited and unauthorized. Like, I mean, that's a tricky place to get to. I mean, that's real tricky. No, that was the word, Lady Los Angeles. That was the word. It was anus. What do you mean? Wait, should I not say it? Is that what you're saying? I don't. Oh. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Anywho. Okay. These events took place in LA, New York, Florida, and the United States Virgin Islands. In addition to the unsolicited and unauthorized touching, Mr. Jones was forced by Mr. Combs to work in Mr. Combs' bathroom. Wait, what? See? That's what the pad is for. That's what that knee pad is for. Playing in his anus a whole year. Living with him all year. I mean, okay, so he was forced to work in Mr. Combs' bathroom as Combs walked around naked and showered in a clear glass enclosure. Now, why don't you just get up and walk out? What do you mean forced? How can you force a grown man to stay in the bathroom? Well, I mean, they did shoot Jay's friend, right? They did shoot Jay's friend. Yeah, that's what the pad is for. I'm telling you. They were forcing him on his hands and knees so they could get real easy access to that location that we just mentioned. Just saying. Just saying. As a heterosexual Christian man, Mr. Jones was uncomfortable with Mr. Combs' advances and expressed his discomfort to Mr. Combs' chief of staff, KK. KK responded to Mr. Jones' complaint with, Sean will be Sean. So that means they all just let him, like, this is just what he does. This is what he does. This is what they let him do. Hey, the white rabbit. How are you? Hello, I am sane. Yeah, economic abuse. That's true. Yeah, exactly. Or you tell them that you're going to, even if you don't, right? Keep your anus in your pants. Yeah, keep it. I would have said keep your finger to your body or whatever you're sticking in my anus. Yes, I think it is. I think this is actually like it just picked up right where he left off, except apparently this was going on the whole entire time that was going on as well. So who knows? Wait. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yep, the Nolanator. He is the diddler. Okay, so KK also attempted to downplay Mr. Combs' groping of Mr. Jones' anus and genitals as friendly horseplay. That's what it is, guys. That is exactly what it is. So y'all been horsing around with your guy friends like that? How many of you have horsed around with the guys? I I mean, I don't understand how you like how that could ever be misconstrued as friendly horseplay. Please tell me. I mean, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Stating that those acts were, oh my God, Mr. Combs' way of showing that he likes you. Ew. Well, how about I don't want him to like me? I think, yeah, Becca Lan, I think the only way for somebody to grope it is for it to be on prominent display. I mean, like, you can't accidentally grope that, you know? You have to use the pad. You have to use the pad. Right. Well, it could be friendly, but he just said he was a heterosexual Christian man, which I'm assuming means. Oh, and he also said he wasn't into it, so. Okay, despite these assurances, on several occasions, when Mr. Combs began to undress and walk around his house naked, KK would say, "Okay, I'm leaving now." And she would disappear. Yeah, duh. She already knew the drill. KK's hypocrisy is breathtaking at best or enabling at worst. No, she just didn't want to get sexually assaulted herself. She knew what was coming. Mr. Jones believes that KK aided and abetted Mr. Combs' sexual assault of him and was working with Mr. Combs to groom him into accepting a homosexual relationship. I mean, I don't know about that though. Yeah, I've never even, I mean, not, yeah, rarely. It is a little more rare. Hey, Shenny. Okay. I'm like getting really warm. Is it the topic? I'm about to have to take off my sweatshirt here. Okay. Through these sexually deviant acts, one would say Mr. Combs has a pattern and practice of engaging in such nefarious activity. This ongoing conduct shows that Mr. Combs cannot be rehabilitated. Didn't we? I mean, they already said this, but now we're going to start the next paragraph off with Mr. Combs attempted to groom Mr. Jones into engaging in gay sex. Mr. Combs was aware that Mr. Jones looked up to and idolized music producer Stephen Aaron Jordan, also known as Stevie J. Stevie J is an American DJ, record producer, and television personality. Stevie J was part of the Bad Boy Records production team, The Hitmen. In 1997, Stevie J won a Grammy Award for his work on Puff Daddy's debut album. Throughout the late 1990s, Stevie J produced for several artists, including Mariah Carey, Tevin Campbell, the Notorious B.I.G. I don't know, is that 112, 1112? No, wait, it couldn't be 1112. It could be 112. It could be 112. I don't know. I should probably know that, but I don't. I also don't know who that is. Jadesi, Faith Evans, Jay-Z, and Eve. Stevie J was one of the producers on the Love album, and so was Mr. Jones, right? Mr. Combs used access to Stevie J and his knowledge of Mr. Jones' admiration of Stevie J to groom and entice Mr. Jones to engage in homosexuality. Mr. Combs went so far as to share a video of Stevie J anally penetrating a Caucasian male without a condom. Yep, definitely not going to be monetized. You had to know that was coming. This was done to ease Mr. Jones' anxiety concerning homosexuality. I mean, I'm not sure he thinks that means what it really means, though, because how's that going to ease your anxiety? That would make me very anxious if I thought that was coming down the pipeline, if you will. According to Mr. Combs, this is a normal practice in the music industry. Look, even Stevie J is doing it. Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in sexual intercourse with rapper Redacted, R&B singer Redacted, and Stevie J. So we're saying that this is that people are saying that it's Meek Mill's, Usher, and Stevie J, right? Mr. Combs promised to make sure that Mr. Jones wins Producer of the Year at the Grammys if he engaged in homosexuality. Oh, Becca Lynn, thank you. Thank you so much, Becca. I really appreciate that. That is so nice. I don't know who got them because I don't have the little thing open. But if you got them, please tell Becca Lynn thank you. Say thank you, Becca Lynn. Mr. Jones. Oh my God, that was a song. The Mr. Jones and Me. Oh, you're welcome, Becca. I do what I can. Poke me in the arse. It was super nice of her to do, wasn't it? Oh, I don't even know who Mr. Rude is, but that's cool. Okay, so the Nolanator, the White Rabbit, Jill Max Martinez, and Mr. Rude all received memberships. Thank you, Shani. Okay. Let's see here. Mr. Combs, oh yeah, a Grammy. The following are screenshots of the video of Stevie J anally penetrating a Caucasian male that Mr. Combs provided to Mr. Jones. But I'm confused though, because what's that right there? I mean, that looks like a woman to me. That looks like a woman. But they're saying it's not, so. Oh, we're saying it again, huh? We're gonna put that back in again? Like, we're just not gonna let that die? He is a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Oh, and now we're giving another Easter egg here about the R&B singer. He performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. Is that Usher, y'all? And this writer is in possession of the video. And will provide a copy to the court. Oh, don't you know the court's gonna love that? Oh, good Lord. Y'all. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I am. I keep going back up to see if anything else is exposed. I'm like, oh, I'm so traumatized. Let me see. Let me just see. Maybe that black box has moved a little. Oh my God. Thanksgiving 2022, Mr. Jones is sexually assaulted by young Miami's cousin. On Thanksgiving Day 2022, Mr. Jones was in Mr. Combs' house located in Miami, Florida. Young Miami and her female cousin. Female? Nah, the box has not moved yet. It hasn't. I keep going back up. It's still there though. See? It looks like it's going to. It's a little tricky. But it doesn't. It just stays in that same damn spot. And her female cousin were also present. Mr. Combs was intoxicated and offered cocaine to Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones rejected him and proceeded to walk to the restroom. While using the restroom, young Miami's cousin burst into the bathroom and began groping Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Combs sent her in there to sexually assault Mr. Jones. As she entered the bathroom, she dropped to her knees, the knee pad. See? It's like constantly in that bathroom, or in all P. Diddy bathrooms. Oh my God. I almost just spit this all over my soundboard. Because he said she dropped to her knees and began performing oral sex on Mr. Jones' exposed penis that he was peeing out of, I'm assuming. What are they doing in this place? That is kind of disgusting. Oh. Mr. Jones pushed her away and exited the bathroom. Young Miami's cousin did not accept Mr. Jones' rejection as she proceeded to follow Mr. Jones out of the bathroom. She started undressing and attempted to straddle him and have sex with him in the presence of Mr. Combs and his staff. Now tell me, how is she going to explain to me? How are you going to straddle somebody and have sex with them if they have clothes on in the presence of other people and they don't want for it to happen? How are you as a woman going to make this happen? You're going to have to be much bigger or much stronger. Much, much stronger. Well, that's a good question, Roy. And I think it would be because, because you can't, like, so as a private citizen, you can't bring a criminal complaint against somebody, right? The only thing that you can do is sue them civilly, because it's up to the state, the government, um, the authorities, the prosecutors, to prosecute somebody. You can't just do it yourself. So, and it appears that, he doesn't actually get prosecuted for like much at all. He might actually have people working for him that prevent that from happening. Because how is it that he or his son, one, shoots somebody in a bathroom and they were able to like completely keep that covered? And apparently he shot somebody in a nightclub, allegedly. And he was, he didn't take the fall for that either. And apparently he's done a whole bunch of other things. Allegedly done a whole bunch of other things, Once again, Mr. Jones pushed her off. The following are images of a video of young Miami, her cousin, Mr. Jones, and Mr. Combs. So there's Puffy. There's Diddy. And that must be Mr. Jones right there. I do like his artwork back here, I must say. Mr. Jones and Mr. Combs on Thanksgiving Day, right before Mr. Combs invites Mr. Jones into the restroom and attempted to force him to take cocaine. Okay, so that's different. That's different wording here than what they said up there. Because up there, it was Combs tried to entice him with the cocaine. He said no, and instead, he proceeded went to the bathroom by himself, and then young Miami's cousin busts in, right? No, Mr. Jones is Rodney Jones. He's a producer. Yeah, who is taking the picture? It might come from security images, but I'm not sure how Rodney got them, That's interesting. That's a good question. And there's also apparently a lot of other people in there. Okay, so there's young Miami, and there's her cousin. Oh, then who's that chick right there, I wonder? I don't know, but she's pretty. Young Miami and her female cousin who sexually assaulted Mr. Jones on Thanksgiving Day 2022. Oh, man. Trafficking and Victims Protection Act. Throughout his time with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones was transported from California to New York, Florida, and the United States Virgin Islands. During this time, Mr. Jones was forced to solicit sex workers. Oh no, the freak offs. Oh yeah, she was bigger than him, Blade. She was. I know. So that's how it happened. Remember, I was like, how could that happen? How could a woman do this? Diddy made Jones to record everything all the time. Oh, really, Ed? Well, that's creepy as hell. And also apparently very stupid. Very stupid. Because now look. Y'all, I gotta go have a drink. Like, I gotta go make a drink. I mean, is it okay with y'all? Can you put a one in the chat if it's okay with you if I go get a drink? Like, it'll take me like 2 minutes. I don't have anything like that I can put on for you, but I think y'all could like talk amongst yourselves, right? It'll take less than 2 minutes. Really? Okay, thank you. Not gonna wait any longer. I'll be right back. Oh, too much. Did it sound like I was peeing? I wasn't. I don't even know why I have these on because we're not playing music, but it's like I feel naked without them. I don't feel secure. Yeah, it's vodka and Coke and vodka. No, I didn't pee. I should have peed though. Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe. I think I went a little heavy-handed on the vodka though. I had to pour half of it into this one. Okay. Yeah. This topic requires oh shit, the vodka. Okay. Oh god, I feel like this is gonna get bad. Okay, so here we are. We're talking about the freak offs again. It does warrant tequila, except that I cannot drink tequila. Hey, Just Jerry podcast. The best part of this case is the leaked audio. What? There's leaked audio? Oh, I love Mexican Coke too. There's leaked audio? You're kidding, right? What? Okay. So I guess we're going to talk about next week. McKinley will be spinning the wheel of regrets. Oh, hell no, I won't. I will never. Mm-mm. Patty, you're behind, honey. You behind. Somebody got to tell her. And now we've got the gesture. Allegedly. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so he was forced to solicit sex workers and perform sex acts to the pleasure of Mr. Combs. Because I don't know what they call these. Oh, is it a cuck? Is that what you are? If you're doing this, I think it's a cuck, right? I think he might be a cuck. On or about February 4th, 2023, Mr. Combs forced Mr. Jones to bring prostitutes and sex workers back to his home in Miami, Florida. So this was like just a few months ago, you guys, like a year ago, a little over a year ago. Tammy. She says, if you have to pee pee, go to the bathroom. We can wait. This writer is in possession of the video and wait, what? And will provide a copy to the court. Video of what? Video of what? Oh. Oh yeah, these following images are from video. Yeah. Okay. Okay, what's that? What's that? Like what is that person doing with their hand movement? And that's a dude. So okay, so we're just isn't it? I'm so confused. Oh yeah, that shirt says Love Records. Why do we have that person blocked out though? On or about February 2nd, 2023 incident, Mr. Jones believes Mr. Combs drugged him. Mr. Jones recalls waking up naked, dizzy, and confused. He was in bed with two sex workers and Mr. Combs. Was Mr. Combs naked? He also recalls aimlessly wandering around the house with no clothes on. I'd say he was probably drugged. What is that? I can't tell what that is, like, at all. But how do you fit four grown adults in a bed? Explain that one to me. Like, how are you all gonna sleep in the same bed? That does look like somebody's butt, though, right there, doesn't it? That looks like a shoulder, but why is there a shoulder there and a butt there? I don't know. It's too hard to figure it out. Sex workers in Mr. Jones' bed the morning after being drugged. On another occasion in Miami, Florida, on Thanksgiving night of 2022. Wait, was that Thanksgiving night? Like the night that the young Miami's cousin tried to assault him? Mr. Combs asked Mr. Jones and DeForest Taylor to enter the studio bathroom. He asked them for a $100 bill because he wanted them to do cocaine with him. Mr. Jones was scared, but luckily he didn't have a $100 bill, so Mr. Combs waited a little later to do coke with young Miami. So he can only use a $100 bill, apparently. Later that evening, he required Mr. Jones to solicit sex workers from Booby Trap on the River, located at 3615 Northwest South River Drive, Miami, Florida. Mr. Jones did so, and Mr. Combs forced him to engage in unsolicited sex acts with these workers. I mean, I don't know if I'd call them unsolicited sex acts if you literally solicited these workers. Like, you were sent there to solicit these sex acts, and then you performed the sex acts. I think, again, I think they don't I think they don't know what it means. I know, right? Why do they keep saying prostitutes and sex workers? Or are you saying Mr. Combs forced him to engage in unsolicited sex acts with strippers that were not wanting, like, so he forced you to rape them? I know I shouldn't have said that word, but is that what we're saying here? Like, what? What are they talking about? Because otherwise that makes no sense. Well, he did. I mean, okay, Jem, I see what you mean, but I just can't see how you're forced into doing that. But I guess we'll see. Oh, what is on my mouse? Oh, okay. Oh, booby trap. They even have a car? Oh, no, this is just like the side of a taxi, I guess, like advertising it. So what is booby trap? Booby trap must be like a strip club, a gentleman's club, if you will. As part of Mr. Jones' sex work recruitment tools, Mr. Combs provided Mr. Jones with an exclusive bad boy baseball cap and required him to wear it to booby trap on the river as a signal to any sex worker he approached that Mr. Combs was in town and had sent Mr. Jones to recruit them. Oh, wow. Okay. So it's like their code. Their code. Like, he's in the bat cave. He's there. He's got his little, like, the bat light. What do you call that thing? That's so weird and kind of cringe. Right? Open 24 hours? Ew, when do they clean? Bat signal, that's what it is. The bat signal, bat signal. He has his own bat signal. I've always wanted a bat signal. I can't even lie. I've also wanted like a bat cave and the Batmobile. And basically, I just want to be Batman, if I'm being honest. I mean, the dude with the umbrella has got to know so much stuff, though. He had a snatch signal. Oh my God. Oh, yeah, for sure, Lady Law. Like, a lot of them, I mean, could have. A lot of the statute of limitations have run. Okay. Mr. Jones had no desire to visit Booby Trap on the River. Mr. Jones had no desire to solicit sex workers from Booby Trap on the River. Mr. Combs used his power and influence to intimidate and force Mr. Jones into soliciting sex workers from Booby Trap on the River. As detailed below, Mr. Combs used many tactics to maintain dominion and control of Mr. Jones. Apparently, these workers were accustomed to servicing Mr. Combs and would know that he is in town by the sight of the bad boy's baseball cap, aka the snatch signal. The following are Instagram profiles of two of the sex workers that Mr. Combs required Mr. Jones to solicit and have sex with at his home in Miami, Florida. Oh, Tug did a stream about Diddy? I had no clue. I had no clue. That's unfortunate. No, it's not. I'm sure it was super funny because he is super funny. Let's see here. Is this for real? I mean, they're hot though. Those are no corn pole strippers, are they? Yeah, I mean, they've both got really nice bodies. That's weird. She has like a piercing right there, I think. Okay. Mr. Jones had no desire to solicit or have sex with the individuals in the previous paragraph. Mr. Combs used his power and influence to intimidate and force Mr. Jones into soliciting and sleeping with these women. The following is the phone number of another sex worker that Mr. Combs required Mr. Jones to solicit and perform sex acts with at his home in Miami, Florida. I really hope that they redacted it. Okay. Why does it say okay, why does it say Dominican? Is that like he was like saying like, so this one's a Dominican? Was he required to store them in his phone by like what nationality they are or what? Mr. Jones had no desire to solicit and or have sex with the individual in the previous paragraphs. Mr. Combs used his power and influence to intimidate and force Mr. Jones into to soliciting and sleeping with the individuals above. Mr. Combs used many tactics to maintain dominion and control of Mr. Jones. He promised him a Grammy for Producer of the Year for the Love album. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Like, you think he can actually make that happen? Because if he can, then that's like super powerful, right? And like, you might be willing to actually go along with it if you could actually get a Grammy from it. I mean, is a Grammy worth having to sleep with those two women that we saw above? I think it might be. Think it might, guys. But I guess the album's probably already come out and he probably didn't get a Grammy, huh? So he probably knows it's not going to happen. So he's like, well, that's not coming true. So I better go ahead and sue. Uh, he offered him $250,000 to purchase all the instruments he wanted. He promised him ownership of his $20 million property, One Star Island in Miami, Florida. He promised access to record label executives like defendants Lucian Charles Grange and Ethiopia Habtemariam. Mr. Combs would often switch up his approach. He would go from promising Mr. Jones the world to threatening Mr. Jones with physical harm. I shouldn't laugh at that, but that's kind of the way that works, right? If this way doesn't work, then you use the other way. Mr. Combs threatened to eat Mr. Jones' face. Oh my God. Like, what is he doing? Eat his face? Yuck. Ew. And he informed Mr. Jones that he is willing to kill his mother, Janice Combs. So his own mother? Oh, yeah. Bath salts. That's what I was thinking. Bath salts, Becca. Exactly. Bath salts. Like that Florida dude who, like, was eating people's faces. Very weird. Um, yeah, but I remember there was like an interview one time with like his old bodyguard, I think, that said that like he would hit his mother, I think, maybe. So I guess he'll kill his own mother if he must in order to get what he wants. So he wouldn't think twice to harm Mr. Jones. Okay. That's interesting. I've never seen those little diddlies. Mr. Combs and J. Combs solicits drugs and engages in illicit sex acts with minors and sex workers. Okay, that's definitely not good. Yes, that dude. Dude. On or about July 2nd, 2023 in California, Mr. Combs had a listening party at his home. Oh man, listening parties. I know a thing or two about some listening parties. Present at this party was an R&B artist, redacted, Jake Combs, sex workers, and some underage girls. So this must be we're going to get another clue as to who it is. They're going to drop another little hint. The event began at 7 p.m. Mr. Combs requested female sex workers and required Mr. Jones to solicit them. An hour later, several sex workers appeared. In addition to sex workers, there were at least 5 women in the crowd that were under the age of 16. How do they know this, though? Did they check IDs? Like, what happened? Mr. Combs forced. Yeah, I think it's going to be Usher, Becca, because they call Meek Mill a rapper and they call Usher the R&B artist, right? Mr. Combs, I mean, I think that that's who they are alluding to it being. I'm not saying that that's actually who it is. Mr. Combs forced all the women to drink laced De Leon liquor. Upon information and belief, Mr. Combs laced the liquor with ecstasy. Oh, Lord. Mr. Combs did not check the identification of any of these underage girls. Well, then how do they know that they were underage? Explain that one to me. How do you know they're underage if you didn't check their identification? So I'm not buying that one. I'm sorry, Mr. Jones. The presence of these underage women made Mr. Jones very uncomfortable. Well, like, I mean, you know how many people thought I was underage, like, until I was, like, over 30? I mean, recently, it has not been a problem. Like, definitely not since I've had a child. But before that. Oh, Tammy, that's so nice. I hope you didn't tell her what we were doing, though, because that would be uncomfortable. He attempted to leave, and Mr. Combs forced him to stay. Mr. Combs went so far as to take Mr. Jones' car keys to prevent him from leaving. After being forced to drink laced De Leon shots, Mr. Jones began feeling lightheaded and recalls passing out and waking up at 4 a.m. the following morning, naked with a sex worker sleeping next to him. Screenshots of a video from the night is embedded below. Okay, so now we've got another Usher clue. He is a Grammy award-winning R&B singer who had trouble with the law enforcement after assaulting. Oh no, this is the same one. After assaulting a Bajan, but I don't know how you say that. I need to like. Oh, is it Meek Mill? Meek Mill is R&B. So they just like confused their words then, because they meant to say the rapper, the Philadelphia rapper or whatever, right? I think they're just getting their details all confused in here. Okay, yeah, then but he's definitely not the Grammy award-winning R&B singer. He's Meek Mill's the rapper, right? That dated Nicki Minaj or whatever. This writer is in possession of the video and will provide a copy to the court. Who is that? Oh, Mr. Combs with an underage female. I mean, she doesn't look underage to me. How do we know she's underage? Underage female. I don't know how they're deciding that these people are underage. And a sex worker. Justin Combs with an underage female. Well, how old was Justin Combs? Mr. Combs attempts to pass off Mr. Jones to Cuba Gooding Jr. Cuba Gooding Jr. Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Combs was grooming him to pass him off to his friends. This fear became reality when Mr. Combs introduced Mr. Jones to Cuba Gooding Jr. while they were on Mr. Combs' yacht. Uh-oh. 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 So the yacht is not a good place to be, apparently. Also, wasn't this from the listening party? Where was the listening party? Was the listening party on the yacht? Hold on, let's go back up here. The listening party was where? No, it was at his home, right? Because look at the lighting here. Like we've got the red double lighting, right? You got it. And there. It's like really creepy. But then we see the yacht and you still got the red lighting. Yeah, no, it is weird legal writing because it's going back and forth and I don't like it. And also they're getting things incorrect. I can just tell that like this is kind of sloppy. This is some sloppy ass writing and the facts are clearly jumbled. But yeah, he's big on the red lighting. I think I'm gonna have to change my lights. Well, you can't even see mine because it's too bright in here. That's unfortunate, guys. That's real unfortunate. During the introduction, Mr. Combs suggested that Cuba get to know Mr. Jones better. He then left them alone in a makeshift studio on the yacht. Yikes. Don't be doing that. Okay, so that's P. Diddy and Cuba, right? What are they doing? Why is he's feeling his arm up? Like, let me feel that muscle. You see that? But there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, so long as which they apparently are both consenting adults. So it's fine. Can we just discuss how my connection makes it all blurry though? I look real blurry. Oh yeah, no, I'm sure you can put red light bulbs in there, but why would you do that? Oh no, the picture doesn't mean anything. I'm not saying that it does. I don't know that so far, nothing is proved in this complaint. Wait, what about my legs? Why are we talking about shaving my legs? I'm pretty sure you can put a red light bulbs in a yacht. What's all fake? I don't know, but my parents lived in Amsterdam for a while, and I did plenty of. What about shaving my legs? What are you talking about? I didn't say anything about shaving my legs. But anyway, the red lights, like the red light district. Hey, JD fan. No, I didn't say what? No, I didn't say that. No, I didn't say. Oh, now I have to. No, I didn't say that at all. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. Did I shave my legs? I didn't. What do you mean, did I shave my legs? No. Okay. Mr. Combs and Cuba Gooding Jr., moments before Mr. Jones is assaulted, as evidenced by a video of which screenshots are embedded below, Cuba Gooding Jr. began touching, groping, and fondling Mr. Jones' legs, his upper inner thighs near his groin, the back, the small of his back, near his buttocks, and his shoulder. At least it wasn't his anus this time, though, huh? He always has that to be thankful for, does he not? He really should be counting his blessings, you know? It says it. No. Mr. Jones was extremely uncomfortable and proceeded to lean away from Mr. Gooding Jr. He rejected his advances, and Mr. Gooding Jr. did not stop until Mr. Jones forcibly pushed him away. The following is a screenshot of the encounter with Cuba Gooding Jr. The writer is in possession of the video and will provide a copy to the court. Okay, let's see it then. Oh, hey, Zach. Oh, okay, Ed. I see what you're talking about. That's funny. No, I wanted to turn my light on to be red, so I could set the mood in here too, but nope. The lighting will change a person's appearance. Oh, will it? Huh. No way. How is it that that does not look like the same guy that we saw a minute ago? So we're saying that this is J-Rod, or wait, what's his name? No, his name's, what's his name? We'll just call him Mr. Jones. And how's that him, but also the guy that was sitting next to Diddy at the Miami condo before Young Miami's cousin assaulted him? How are those the same people? This dude looks very big here. Throughout his time with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones was under an implied work for hire agreement. He was not compensated for his time living with Mr. Combs or for the songs he produced. As evidence, he was listed as a producer for the following songs on the Love album's final release: Deliver Me, Stay PT1, Reaching, What's Love, Stay a While, Moments, Need Somebody, Homecoming, and Tough Love. Ooh, Tough Love. That one's going to be tough. Probably shouldn't have gone with that, buddy. Mr. Combs and defendants LR, MR, UMG all benefited from Mr. Jones' work product. They failed to compensate Mr. Jones for his work. As a result, Mr. Combs and defendant LR, MR, UMG were all unjustly enriched at the expense of Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones attempted to work with Mr. Combs to secure his publishing and royalty rights for the work he completed on the Love album. Mr. Combs only offered Mr. Jones $29,000 for 13 months, thousands of hours of work, and 9 songs that made it to the Love album, and also a whole bunch of sexual assaulting. Ironically, Mr. Jones was willing to take $50,000, his publishing and royalties. Mr. Combs' self-serving greed would not allow him to pay Mr. Jones an additional $21,000. Wait. Oh, he only offered him $29,000 for that? You gotta be crazy. Mr. Gooding Jr. has a storied history of sexually assaulting and forcibly touching individuals against their will. And then there's a USA Today article here. This writer has retained other creatives, artists, and writers who have experienced the same treatment from Mr. Combs and will file suit in the coming weeks. See, this dude has an arsenal that he is about to unleash on Diddy and his lawyers. Mr. Combs' deceptive business practices became so bad that Mr. Jones was left with no choice other than to make a public plea on social media for Mr. Combs to pay him for his work. After publicly requesting that Mr. Combs do the right thing and pay him fairly, Mr. Jones received an onslaught of threatening messages from Stevie J and Love Records A&R DeForest Taylor. This is so behind over here. Like, why did that happen? Okay. What is this? Okay, so DeForest line 2. You plant, I'm in studio. And then there's a 6-second audio clip. LOL, you 100% layer and weirdo. Good luck. Number still same. Run into inward. Come talk to me in public, on a public podcast and forum. What the hell is that? December 8th. What, and where are they exactly? DeForest Taylor. I mean, why do they have those pictures of him? That's just confusing. DeForest Taylor threatening Mr. Jones. I mean, they put together a cute production here, though. Like, this might as well be like, it looks like a tabloid, this complaint, right? Mr. Combs used his power and influence to threaten and intimidate Mr. Jones. According to Mr. Jones, Mr. Combs is very forceful and demanding. Okay. Also, y'all, I'm like, we're not going to finish this today at all. I mean, yeah, I find it to be kind of dumb. I find it to be a little bit silly. But apparently it wasn't too silly, because did you see his houses get raided? They got raided. Wait, what? What are you doing, Zach? You're trying to make me awkward? Good thing I'm not even paying attention, huh? Good thing. Good thing. Yeah, it is a pill bottle. It says chill pill on it, okay? It says chill pill. It's a chill pill. It's a chill pill bottle. Okay, bye, Flash. Okay. But anyway, we're going to have to go in like 5 minutes. So we're probably just going to finish this paragraph and then we'll have to do the rest of this some other day because, you know, I have a 4-year-old and she needs to play. Oh, do you know what that actually is? Okay, so obviously I must need to make these a lot bigger because you can't see what it says. So that's not very helpful, but that's actually a simp card, Becca. That is a simp card. But I'll take it. I'll take your simp card. Thank you. According to Mr. Jones, Mr. Combs is very forceful and demanding. Mr. Combs does not take no for an answer and would often threaten to inflict bodily harm on Mr. Jones if Mr. Jones did not comply with his demands. As detailed above, see, my camera is messing up again. It's so annoying. Mr. Combs threatened to eat Mr. Jones' face. Yeah, that's weird. Stop telling us that, man. As the A&R of Love Records, DeForest Taylor did not require Mr. Jones or any of the other creatives, musicians, or artists to sign an NDA. Okay. Oh, so they're saying like, hey, we're not violating any NDAs here because this dumbass didn't even get us to sign an NDA. So here's the text message. On another occasion, while standing in Mr. Combs' bedroom, Mr. Jones was forced to watch as Mr. Combs displayed his guns and bragged about getting away with shooting people. Okay, that's a little scary. Mr. Combs shared that he was responsible for the shooting in the nightclub in New York City with rapper Shine. I kind of have a hard time believing that one, but okay. Diddy's former bodyguard accuses the rapper of snitching on Shine over 1999 shooting. That's the Gene Dill interview. I have not seen it. I should probably. He shared that artist and Mr. Combs' girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez, aka J Lo, carried the gun into the club for him and passed him the gun after he got into an altercation with another individual. Oh, she's so purty. The shooting in Chalice Recording Studio confirmed Mr. Combs' statements. Ugh, those diamonds on her are just so glistening, you know? So pretty. What a mistake? Flashman, you're getting so corrupted in here, you're gonna get kicked out of the choir. What? What a mistake? Okay. We just gotta get through this paragraph. Oh yeah, not having the NDA, wasn't that a mistake? Dumbasses. Like huge mistake. Mr. Jones is terrified. Okay, wait, what? The shooting in Chalice Record. Okay, confirmed. Mr. Combs' statements. Yeah, he really will shoot a mofo. The statements reinforce Mr. Jones' fear of Mr. Combs and strengthen Mr. Combs' dominion and control of Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones was terrified of Mr. Combs. He felt like he could not tell him no. Mr. Combs consistently made it clear that he has immense power in the music industry and with law enforcement. Mr. Combs made it clear that his head of security, Fahim Muhammad, Mr. Muhammad, had the power to make people and problems disappear. So he is the fixer, Olivia Pope. This is his Olivia Pope. Oh my God. I always wanted to be a fixer. I'm not really good at fixing things though, so that's a problem. I'm just kidding. Mr. Combs instructs his staff to always contact Mr. Muhammad if they are ever pulled over by the police in Miami or California. Well, Zach, I did have a prior career. Upon information and belief, Mr. Muhammad spoke with the LAPD after G was shot at the CRS. The LAPD was in CRS and witnessed what? Wait, they were inside there and they saw the blood in the restroom and they went with the bogus claim that the shooting of G, yeah, that was the fixer. The shooting of G occurred outside of the studio. This was all thanks to Mr. Muhammad's connections within law enforcement. Okay, that makes so much more sense. Mr. Jones had no reason to disbelieve Mr. Combs as he had seen firsthand through the shooting of G and the subsequent silence of the LAPD and the media that Mr. Combs indeed had the power to harm him. Yes, he does, and you should be careful. The LAPD spent hours in CRS after the shooting of G. That's crazy. I just thought they'd never went in there. That is crazy. Oh, Becca, I don't know, because there's like so many people freaking out right now about this that it's going to be hard to come out in Hollywood because there's too many of them involved, probably. Mr. Jones witnessed the LAPD in the restroom pictured above, yet no arrests were made. That is crazy. The morning after the shooting, Mr. Jones and several others arrived at CRS, and G's blood was still on the floor of the restroom. That's disgusting. And Mr. Combs hired a cleaning crew to clean it up. I really don't want to be done yet, but I have to be because I have to go get my child. Eminem's a good guess. I also like Kendrick Lamar. I like Kendrick Lamar a lot. I also like Lil Wayne a lot. Yeah, but usually they do have like a cleaning people that can come in and clean it up. But I think that the owners I think have to pay for those people to come in and clean it up. It's just odd that he didn't have anybody come and clean it up is really oh, well, he did, I guess. But what was that noise? That's weird. Well, we managed to scare off everyone on the internet today. But thank you. Yeah, they will recommend a cleaning crew. Yeah, you do, right? You do have to pay for it. You would have guessed Lil Wayne? Yeah. I'm old, so I go with my old guy. Oh, also, I love Bun B, but you might not know who he is. He's a Houston rapper, and I love Slim Thug, and I love Zero, uh and this guy named Obeezy, but I don't know that he really raps anymore. But yeah. Yeah. So H-Town rappers all the way. Anyway, thank you guys for being here so much. I'm so glad that we got to test out some of the emojis today. That was super fun. I'm not sure what we're going to do tomorrow or if I'll be here tomorrow or not. I really wish that my camera wouldn't be so screwed up. Like, what is that about? Y'all see how it's fuzzy? I also like country Flash fan for sure, but um yeah. Anyway, bye. I'm going to go see my kid. I'll see y'all later this week sometime. Thank you. Bye.